Tonight, 25 Investigates uncovers a lack of security at taxpayer-funded housing in Boston. And now the city is taking action.
It all started with a tip to investigative reporter Eric Rasmussen about a dispute over security cameras, Eric.
Chris, Vanessa, the Boston Public Housing Authority has hundreds of cameras at properties all around the city. But 25 Investigates found some locations don't have any. And after one woman set up her own security cameras, she says she got an order to take them down, along with an eviction notice.
Yara Santana's English is limited, but she says these cameras with views of the public street and common area at her apartment have a simple purpose.
For security for my kids and my family. We had gotten our cars broken into.
Yet this eviction notice from management at the South Street Apartments in Jamaica Plain called the cameras an invasion of privacy, which she must remove immediately. In Spanish, she says, it's not invading anyone's house, anyone's apartment. It's not invading anyone's privacy. A public records request by 25 Investigates found the Boston Public Housing Authority has more than 400 of its own security cameras at more than 30 sites, but not a single one here at South Street.
We have to make choices about allocation of resources in terms of where we spend our money.
We asked to speak with BHA Administrator Bill McGonigal, but the agency offered us its top lawyer, Wilbur Commodore, instead.
Okay. Why does South Street not have any cameras?
Because basically South Street is a fairly safe development.
But 25 Investigates confirm Boston police have at least 2 unsolved shootings here in the last 2 years.
Safe? There's nothing safe about this development.
Neighbors say there have been other problems, too.
4 guys came and robbed me right there at the parking lot. There's no cameras out there, so I can't prove it, but they robbed me.
It turns out Santana isn't the only one who set up her own private cameras at these apartments. The family that owns these says they're being evicted, too, but not because of these cameras.
Right here.
They say their problems started after a run-in with staff when they complained about a lack of screens on their windows. Both they and Santana are fighting their evictions.
I'm looking at where these 2 cameras are pointed.
Okay.
How is that a violation?
Well, I mean, I will say this is the first time I'm seeing this. Okay. I haven't seen these images before.
Has anybody with the Housing Authority seen the images in question?
Not that I'm aware of.
Yet the Housing Authority says Santana somehow used the cameras to threaten and harass other residents here who complained to the property manager.
It's not a violation of the lease to have the camera. How the cameras are used could interfere with someone else's right.
Even pointed at those areas?
Well, well, this is okay. This is okay. This looks like the camera's just simply pointing to a street.
When you look at those angles, how is that an invasion of privacy?
Okay.
You want to go off the record for
yeah.
a minute? We need to go off the record for a minute.
The authority's chief of staff later shared with us a police report involving an argument between Santana and her neighbor, but there's no mention of these cameras. 2 days after this interview, BHA told us it will now install 13 security cameras at South Street. Little consolation for Santana, who says she still fears they'll be forced to leave this development for low-income families like hers.
What are you going to do if you can't live here?
I don't know. I'm just scared.
The Boston Public Housing Authority says it's spent more than $8 million on security cameras overall, and it's installing another 81 cameras at its West Broadway development, of course, along with the 13 new cameras over at South Street. Santana has a grievance hearing to fight her eviction tomorrow, and we'll be there. For 25 Investigates, I'm Eric Rasmussen.